Hello, everybody. It's me, Ross, and welcome back to another edition of the Kings of Anglia Fan Social. I'm joined by three fine gentlemen this week in Ben, Diaf, Chris Peach, and the man that has many nicknames, Bono, Matt, aka Root from the U2, and all that jazz to discuss all things town. I'm looking forward to this podcast. We've got a lot to talk about. Ben, I want to go over to you first, the man who hosted not just me, not just Matt, but also good old John Watson on the weekend. We had a great time in Cambridgeshire, in St Ives, a nice curry and a few drinks. And we're going to meet your lovely wife and your lovely dog in Winnie. Ben, how are you? And welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Ross. What an outstanding intro. That was probably one of your best. Well done. Brilliant weekend. Excellent guests. King of the North, Bono, and yourself behaved impeccably. And my dog Winnie thought a lot of all of you. She's missed you since. My wife less so, but that's nothing. Nothing to from the excellent company that you were. Good week. Obviously frustrated on Saturday with the results. But I've had a good week so far and looking forward to the trip to Oxford, which I now think I'm going to make. So.
Yeah, when I saw that message, I thought, oh, yes, Ben DF is going to be in Oxford. Love that. But no, it was a pleasure, my friend. Thanks once again. The second man joining us this week is good old Chris Peach, who's been having a storming few appearances on game day and also made his debut on the pod a few weeks ago. But Chris, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. Thanks for having us on again and sharing the pod with Ben, Bono, a.k.a. View from U2, a.k.a. Matt. Yeah, I'm good. Looking forward to doing this and just got over the weekend, really, because it wasn't until after the game I realised that the goal that was offside wasn't offside. So all on Monday I was sort of like stirring, but I'm calm now, ready to have some fun.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this one. We've got a lot of great features to come, so sit back and relax and enjoy the pod. And the final man that is joining us this week is good old Bono. Good old Matt. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Ross. Hey, Ben. Hey, Chris. The Peachmeister Peach. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming, but the stars have aligned. My innards have finally recovered from the liquid molten lava curry that we had in St Ives. Big up to Ben for that choice. It was probably the most succulent curry I've ever had. And I used to work in Peterborough, so I've had a fair few good ones there. And all good. Little peek behind the curtain there. But yeah, like Chris, I'm over Saturday, and it's funny how our fortunes turn as Ipswich fans, isn't it? We kind of get in the doldrums about a 0-0, and then we find out that we're kind of buying half of East Anglia, which is great. Hashtag winning.
Indeed. And yeah, that was a lovely curry. And of course, I had to go to Cardiff on that Sunday. Thankfully, the curry didn't follow through. But we won't go into that. We are going to talk about Kieran McKenna. Weird segue, I know. But 15 games now he's been in charge. And it's gone so quickly, hasn't it? And it's been a great 15 games. My normal feature on any podcast is I love doing one words to describe things. So, Ben, what is the one word you describe Kieran McKenna's first 15 games in charge?
My one word to describe Mr. McKenna's first 15 games in charge is impressive. That's it. You asked me.
Yeah, true. I did think you were going to expand, but if you're happy with that, now I'll move over to Chris.
No, look, I don't think anybody could say anything other than that. I'm sure, obviously, there are better words and more words out there to describe his tenure so far, and Chris and Bono are about to use others, of course. But yeah, incredibly impressive. You do wonder what Paul Cook was doing before with this squad, but McKenna just did the theory behind the tactics and the way we play football. And I said on here before, I feel that he looks and sort of acts like a bit of a teacher, just a really well-respected, well-liked teacher. And long may this impressive form continue. Probably is too late for us to make the playoffs. You never know. But yeah, impressive is my word. And long may it continue. I'm really enjoying him in charge of our football club right now.
Definitely. Good word. Impressive. Chris, what is your one word? Of course, clean sheet So many clean sheets under Kieran McKenna, which is great to see. But what is your word?
My one word is encouraging. I'll say we're 15 games now. I've got it all written down here. 9 wins, 4 draws, 2 defeats. Scored 19, conceded 5, 11 clean sheets, you say. And one thing I've noticed is we're dominating football games, as in like pass and possession. I mean, there's so many times where I've watched Ipswich and the opposition have just been the better side, and we've just been lumping it here, there. And I turned to my dad a couple of games ago and said, "Isn't it brilliant? Actually, we're the team playing football." It sort of reminds me of when George Burley took over a little bit. You can see he's building something. And yeah, other thing is like what he's doing is he's coaching the players. It's amazing what coaching players does. Like you'd see like other managers put Jackson up front and say, just do what you got to do. But now there's a plan and the team are working for each other. And it's, like I say, encouraging.
Very much so. Bono, you're a man of many words. You've said some great stuff on this podcast in the past. What is your one word?
My one word to describe Kieran McKenna's tenure so far at Ipswich Town Football Club. Of course, he was appointed in December, wasn't he? My one word. Oh, it's so hard, isn't it? And kudos to Ben and Chris for kind of pulling those, kind of stealing my thunder. I'm going to say transformational. Because he has changed. He has changed our fortunes. You know, cast your mind back to the tail end of 2021. The pandemic was coming to an end, or that's what the powers that be would lead you to believe. And we couldn't buy a win. We were losing matches. We were drawing matches. We weren't scoring. We were conceding lots and lots and lots. And you know, I did consider using the word like exceeds or exceedingly, because let's face it, when you are linked to quite a few kind of tried and tested and kind of been there, done that coaches, once bitten, twice shy with that, right? Because the last few appointments have all been people that have done it. When you're linked to somebody that has been a youth coach and like a first team coach / assistant manager at a massive club that's never managed a senior game. When you're linked with somebody like that, it's like, are they going to be any good? You know, have they, other than speaking to a load of kind of 16-year-olds on a playing field in like the UEFA Youth League or whatever, you just don't know how it's going to come. But, you know, it's, the days before McKenna do really seem much longer than 3 months ago. And, you know, I've said this before. I certainly feel like we're in the presence of greatness. You know, I'm kind of tempering things by trying to ignore the whole thing that Alf Ramsey and Bobby Robson were also appointed at roughly the similar age with roughly kind of the same reputation. But I really think that we can take over the world and be the best bloody football club on the whole ruddy planet. But there you go. That's what I think. And I've forgotten what word I said. What word did I say? Transformational.
Yeah.
He's transformed things. I mean, yeah, we've not won every game, but, you know, it's kind of like a marker, isn't it? I was nearly finished. It was kind of like it was a marker. It's a marker of how well we are doing when we lose or draw, and we've not played that badly, but we're really gutted. And if you could compare that to some of the absolute kind of bilge that we've had, that's a David Fisher word there. Some of the absolute bilge, like the Hoover bag content that we've kind of had, like in the last year, and like, you know, but there we go. Transformational.
Good words all round, gentlemen. Thank you very much for that. So there we go. One word to describe Kieran McKenna's first 15 games. Many more games to come, of course, under his managementship. Let's jump into a few now features on the podcast. Of course, as of this recording, we are celebrating St. Paddy Day, St. Patrick's Day. Of course, when this goes out, it will be a Friday, so it's done and dusted. But you still celebrate St. Paddy for a few days, don't you? Because you're still recovering from the celebrations. But Ben, Ipswich Town and Irish players have had a long history. If you're watching this on video, you'll see behind Ben, he's got a shirt of a very good player, legendary player at the football club. I'm sure he's going to be your favourite Irish player. And that is what we're going to do, is talk about your favourite Irish players. So, Ben, take it away.
Yeah, got Mr. Holland's shirt up behind me. It's difficult to look past him, really. Favourite Irish player. My wife fancies him. Why not? Those cheekbones alone, incredible. But I mean, he was fantastic for his country. He scored in the World Cup. Absolutely unbelievable skipper for Town. Enjoyed probably, well, him playing for the club obviously was the heyday for me supporting. Getting promoted in 91, 92 was fantastic. Well, I was only 7, so yeah, those playoff pushes in the late 90s and then getting in the Premier League. So Matt Holland, favourite Irish player. I think, as I mentioned on our WhatsApp group today, got to give an honourable mention to Noel Hunt, the Hunt brothers. Noel Hunt for that moment at Charlton. Honourable mention to him. His family are from near where my wife's family are from in Ireland. So just want to give Mr. Hunt, or both Hunt brothers, an honourable mention. But Matt Holland, best Irish player to play for Ipswich, certainly in my era.
Definitely. And I think you probably stole Chris's thunder, because I know Matt Holland's up there as one of your favourite Town players all the time, and probably an Irish player as well. So carry on with the Matt Holland, love him. But also, have you got any other players you want to mention as well?
Yeah, well, obviously, Matt Holland, idolise him. I'm like, when you're at school, primary school, and you have your little crush, Matt Holland's still mine. So I'm sorry, Ben, your wife's going to have to get back of the queue. I'm in front. But no, he's like, he was my, growing up, captain. I remember every game, rubbing it into the pitch, clapping all the fans. And yeah, honestly, World Cup's got how much I respect and love that bloke as a Ipswich Town player. Another one is obviously Jim Magilton. Player and manager. I love Jim. We used to call him Magic Magilton. Like he could control games from the centre of the park. And obviously I loved him as manager. Unfortunately, he wasn't given all the time he deserved, in my opinion. That's when all the money come in, blah, blah, blah. Other players, Daryl Murphy, obviously 3 loan spells he's had and all the goals he scored. Obviously, echo the Hunt brothers as well. And I think that's... Oh, I couldn't remember. Kevin Horlock. Is he Northern Irish?
Yeah.
I always had a little soft spot for him because I remember he was in that midfield with Joe Royle. And he literally stayed in the midfield the whole... Never went forward, just kept winning the ball back, recycling possession. Very underrated player, in my opinion. Very underrated.
And that links very well if you want to listen to his chat with Mike Bacon on the podcast. So there we go. Nice little segue there.
Not planned.
No. Bono, over to you then. Any other names you want to mention? I'm sure I saw your face when Chris said Jim Magilton, and I'm sure he stole your thunder there. But any other players you want to mention? There's loads of players we can name off, but what is your favourite?
So for me, I was in my 20s at the time, and I've kind of got a little bit of a tenuous link to why I really, really respect this Irishman that I'm going to talk about. Alan Desmond Lee. I love Alan Lee. Alan, for the record, if you're listening, I forgive you for playing for the team based in the north of the area. But Alan Lee, just his like enthusiasm and his it's hard to describe, but I loved Alan Lee. He was fantastic. What a player. When he had his long hair as well. Oh, just every team needs a player with long hair. Am I right? I mean, he was like an Irish Battigirl, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I can't really comment on hair, so.
You mentioned it. You didn't have to mention it, Chris.
Sorry.
No,
you just mentioned it.
Yeah, don't mention it to Stuart Watson, as we know, which of course Heath on the main pod always mentions it.
We've had a really, really good link with Ireland for many, many years now. The island of Ireland, as I like to say, and we've just had there's almost too many people to mention, really. But honorary mention to loads of guys. I remember I saw Owen Garvin make his debut. I've been told about him by somebody that an acquaintance of mine that worked at the academy, and he said, "Oh, look out for this kid. He's brilliant." And I'm like, and he was. So, yeah. Shane Supple, George O'Callaghan, him of the Ross Meets fame.
Yeah. I did a bit of an Irish tour. Remember when I started Ross Meets? I did so many Irish players: Owen Garvin, George O'Callaghan, Shane O'Connor, Ronan Murray. There's many more names to mention, but yeah, of course we've got to mention John Walters, Gareth McCauley, Damien Delaney. Yeah, as we said, we could be here all day naming all the Irish players, but there's been. I love that link though we've got with Irish players. It's nice. It's definitely nice. Yeah. But there we go. That is the Irish little bit there. We also have got a strike which is linked with Irish players. So let's talk about things Ireland. So let's jump right into the strike. And we have 5 questions and a tiebreaker. It's Ben, it's Chris, it's Bono taking on each other. Who is going to win this week? The first question is on the boy, Matty Holland. So let's see how you get on. Let me just get my answers up because I imagine I'm very unprepared. Oh, Ben means business. If you're watching on video, you saw him with his pen. Oh, he means business.
I'm gonna find a pen so that people don't think I'm cheating.
Oh,
I'm sat in an office and there's no pen. Oh,
don't worry about it. But anyway, so first question, as I said, is on Matty Holland. Now, how many goals did Matt Holland score in 314 games for Town? He always used to score screamers, didn't he? Always scored screamers against Everton. I just remember he used to love scoring against Everton. But yeah, 314 games. Of course, a lot of those was consecutively as well. How many games was it? Like 200 and something consecutive games without missing one. Unbelievable.
A ridiculous amount.
Yeah. You okay, Matt?
I found a piece of paper and a pen. I am winning.
It's winning. Okay. Right then.
How many goals?
Closest to the correct answer gets the point. If you get it bang on, you get 2 points. So, or maybe even 3 points. Maybe we'll give you 3 points because that is well done if you get bang on. Benny's really thinking this in. Oh, he doesn't want to get this wrong. Okay. Are you all ready? Okay then. I'll go to one of you first. So I'll go to you, Bono, first. 43. Okay, Chris.
56.
56. Okay, Ben.
I went really low. I went 28.
You're calling me your favourite player? That is disgraceful.
Crap, isn't it? At the moment I wrote it, I knew it was wrong. I couldn't be bothered to change it. I got this lovely notepad. And, yeah.
That is a lovely notepad.
It is really nice. It looks like something
I'm very jealous.
Could have owned, I thought.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like you've been
a bit like cigarette paper, though. If I'm honest. if you're back.
Yeah, if you're watching on video, you'll see that. So just quickly model it again, Ben, for us.
So this is the an Ipswich Town notepad, and inside it's got one of these little things so you can mark the page. You know, the little elastic.
Yeah.
I'll do an example. Bang, and then inside little imprint of the club. I don't know if you can see that, the club crest on the page.
Oh,
yeah, very nice. But
I believe they call that
flimsy. The paper's like flimsy.
A sublimation.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a modern thing or is that something that was like? Did you find it in a respectfully?
This upstairs. I think I got this with a membership card about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, the goals he scored, Matt Holland, was definitely not 28. And Bono, you're so close. It's 45. 45.
That's a bit of the point there, right?
Yeah, you get a point, of course, because you're closest. Yes. If you got a bang on, you could have got multiple points.
Does anybody know?
Not that he's listening, but I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed.
I'm going to clip this up and I'm going to send it to him.
He does. Yeah. He does. Ben, he listens. Hold on. Yeah, Matt. He forgives you.
He does. He forgives you.
Thank
What
God.
is Matt-
Thank God. I'll still light another candle.
What is Matt Holland's connection to Ireland? What is his eligibility? Because of course,
Grandmother, I think.
There's some great stories about the Jack Charlton era. Of course, am I the only one to really remember that happening? Like Italia 90.
No, I've seen them finding Jack Charlton. I've seen all of them were
Oh,
English to play for him. And yeah,
they're all like, I think one of them sounds Irish, and the rest of them are like the whole grandfather. Is it grandmother rule? Isn't it? There's an official FIFA thing called like the grandmother ruling. Anyway, I'm Ross. I'm doing this thing.
It's fine.
Where I distract you and kind of take over, which is not.
We're only on question 1. So let's get to question 2. And the question 2 is on good old Jim Magilton. Now, he joined town from which club? Was it Oxford, Sheffield Wednesday, or Southampton? Of course, a trick question because he played for all these clubs at some point.
Oh, Ross, you trickster!
I tricked you out there. So there we go.
You have
I think
tricked
Chris
us slightly tonight, actually, because you're not wearing Adidas gear.
I know.
As the sponsorship ran out, I see they've actually they have broken sponsorship with a few clubs this week. Are you one of their sponsors that you've lost out?
No. I thought I need to rep my other sponsor. So I've got multiple sponsors, as you know, big boy, and all that. Said nobody. Anyway, Jim Magilton, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford, or Southampton? Who did he sign for? How old? Wednesday. Yeah, and you're all correct. You're all correct. It is Sheffield Wednesday, of course, originally on loan, then permanently. So it is 1-1-2. Bono is in the lead. Question 3 is on the boy Alan Lee, and now this is more connected to his playing for Ireland. Now, I thought it's a good question. How many caps did he win for Ireland? Ben's like, ooh. could be a trick question again. How many caps did he win for Ireland? I think he won a couple of caps while he was at town, so there's a little clue there for you. But there we go, Alan Lee. I'm trying to think. Of course, probably Robbie Keane was up front at the time when he was probably in his prime then. But anyway, carry on. Everyone show me your answer. Ben. 14. Chris?
8.
The correct answer is 10. 10 caps. Ooh. So Chris gets the point. So there we go. It's 2-1. Ben now got to try to get back in here. And can he do it with this question on John Walters? How many goals did he score for Town in 149 games? Johnny Walters. I'll give you 3 goals for a little thing. He, of course, scored a hat-trick, didn't he, against Sheffield United in that 6-0 win. So there's 3 goals for you.
City, Ross, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. My bad. Why did I say Sheffield United? I don't know where
Same thing. Northern. They're Northern.
Yeah, one of that. Yeah. No, Bristol City are South.
Yeah, Southwest. But again, we're doing well tonight.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Should we talk about where Ireland is?
Yeah. Over there. Yeah, I've been to Ireland. Nice place. Yeah. But anyway, Johnny Walters. When you
went to Ireland, Ross, you went with Liam, didn't you?
No, we were planning to go. We were going to go in before COVID hit. I was going to do an island tour. I was going to meet all the town players who I was planning to speak to and interview them actually in Ireland. But you know what? Stopped it. Bloody COVID and all that. But one day it's going to happen again. And all that jazz. But anyways, Johnny Walters, how many goals did he score?
I'll go 39.
39?
Oh my God, I wrote 39, Chris.
39? 38? Oh my God. That is well, you're all wrong, but that is well done, guys. Well done. It is 32. So Bono gets the point, and he's winning by 3-2-1. Ben, sorry to say, you are out, but you can still play along, my friend. Do not worry. The final question. Okay. Is on the boy Shane Supple. Now, how many clean sheets did he keep in 38 games for Town? Still play, Ben. Still play at home. If you get a spot on, do you know what, Ben? If you get a spot on,
No,
you can...
no.
Yeah, no, he said it now. They're the rules, Bono.
You can't change the rules halfway through the game. This is not ethical.
Well,
come on. Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
So to be fair, if he gets a bang on, then he join with you, and then we'll go to the tiebreaker. So, and if Chris get it bang on, then we'll just go to a tiebreaker anyway. We'll just go to a tiebreaker, and then you can gamble it if you want to gamble it. But yeah, Shane Supple, 38 games. How many clean sheets did he get? He, of course, had to make his debut to come on as a sub because Lewis Price
Against
got
Leicester.
injured. Leicester it was. There's one clean sheet there if you want.
They were dark days in the goalkeeping department, with all due respect.
Yeah. We lost.
I've gone. Are we going?
Yep, go.
11. Chris Kawanda, number 11.
5.
Yeah. 5. 6. Well, no one got it bang on. So, Bono, you will win overall because it is 7.
Oh.
7. So, Bono has won, but is he going to gamble? Is he going to do it for the tiebreaker?
What is it? What? It's just a new thing.
Yeah, You don't need a gamble, but I think I've done this question as a tiebreaker. Just I've done my research.
Can I look at the question
Also,
and then?
just about the notepad. I don't want the audience to miss out on the elastic bit. This bit, yeah, it says Ipswich Town Football Club on it.
Oh,
yeah,
little
along there.
touches.
So
Little touches.
they should
That's
sell
really
these.
nice. I think they do. I've got a railway, like a travel pass holder that I bought from the club shop, a brown leather one. It's really, really, really nice. And I went in there and I wanted to buy another one, and they were like, "We have no idea like what you're talking about. What are these things?" And I'm like, "It's a travel card holder. It's leather. It's got the Ipswich badge embossed. It's beautiful." And I leave it on the table on the train. When I'm getting the train, and I get like people walking past with a knowing it's Tractor Boy. There you go. They should really make vegan ones like cruelty free, but there you go. Tiebreaker. Yeah, come on, like double or quits. Come on, let's do this.
All right. Well, I'll show you the question anyway, and it is on Alan Hunter. So it's going to be a tricky one for all of you.
Before my time.
He is Town's most capped player, but how many caps has he won for Northern Ireland? Most capped Town player. Are you going to gamble at Bono, or are you just going to take your crown and leave?
I'm a good sport. Ben is hiding his phone with the notepad. He's googling that. I'm only checking. I'm
not. I'm doing the pad.
I'm not.
Oh, he's showing us. Yeah. Once again, yeah. If you get it bang on, you win. But if you don't, Bono, you still win. So yeah, someone needs to get it bang on. Okay, then, boys.
I like Ben's Bart Simpson writing. It's good.
So 63 Ben's gone. If you for audio listeners,
67.
67 is what Chris has done. 63 as well.
63 as well.
Yeah, he followed on suit. Well, no one got a bang on. So Bono, you have won. It is 53 caps. So there we go. So Bono, well done for winning this week's strike speech.
Well done, Bono.
Well done, Bono.
I just want to thank Mark Ashton, really, because he's brilliant. Brilliant. And the lady at the club shop as well that was very, very thorough today, checking my details when I pick something up. I think it's easier passing through customs sometimes. No, I'm joking. They do a great job.
Indeed. Okay, then. That is the strike done and dusted for another week. Hope you enjoyed that. Let us know how you got on if you played at home. Now let's jump right into another feature on the podcast this week. 6 more players were inducted to the Ipswich Town Hall of Fame. Kevin O'Callaghan, David Linnigan, Gavin Johnson, Reg Pickett, Ken Malcolm, and Doug Wilmord were inducted in the reunion dinner held at Portman Road last week. And I thought, why don't we do a feature on 3 players or more if you fancy who you would invite to a dinner party? So Ben, who are the players you're inviting to your dinner party?
Okay, so Matt Holland's too easy. He's not invited because also my wife might jump on him. So he can't come round.
Yeah.
He can't come round for dinner. So the first person I'm going to invite is Arnold Muren. I grew up watching the videos of town, like Dad. He was my dad's favourite player. He would bring some continental class to the dinner. Maybe he'd bring the dessert or a course, and we could sample some Dutch cuisine. Maybe he'd just show us how good his left foot is with keepy ups in the front garden. I don't know, but either way, my dad would be there as well. He'd have to be. Arnold Muren would be my first guest. Thought about it long and hard, and I thought, if it's going to be like an evening where it can go on maybe into the night, you need someone who can dance. And I tell you who can dance is Chrissy Kawamia. All those dance moves after he scored those brilliant goals go back to my first ever derby game away at KOA Road when he scored the first little Neil Thompson header. Near post, Jason Gazelle flicked in by Kawamia, and then the rest is history. 2-0. Neil Thompson got the other, of course. So Chrissy Kawamia with those dance moves into the corner, he's definitely got to come along. And then again, with my dad's head on, you know, he is the reason, as he said, numerous reasons he said that I support Ipswich, but mainly just brainwashed me from a young age, and I had no choice. His second favourite player, the beat goes on, Kevin Beattie. I think his stories of drinking are absolutely infamous. And as you guys saw at the weekend, I do like a drink. And I don't mind going until the wee hours when I really get going, like I build up a head of steam. So I think Kevin Beattie would be an excellent drinking partner. Rest in peace, God bless him. What a footballer. And what an amazing side we would have, by the way. We'd have Beattie at the back, Muren in midfield, Kawamia up front. Obviously, I'll be pulling the strings all over, and I'll shove my dad in goal. So that's the dinner party, those 3 Hall of Famers. If only it could happen.
Yeah, sounds like a very good night. I'll definitely want to be sort of there, just seeing how you're getting on.
No, you're invited, Ross.
Of course so. Yeah, of course. I'm man hosting this big dinner party. This is all in the same room.
I need someone to serve the food.
Taking photos, the official photographer.
Yeah, I'm taking photos and hosting it all. But no, good guess there, Ben. And good to think about your good old dad, Nige. Good old Nige. We all love Nige on the podcast. Over to you then, Chris. Who are you inviting to your dinner party?
I'm not going to lie, I did struggle with this one, but I have got some guests. My first one will be Terry Butcher. A couple of years ago, me and my dad went to like an event where Brian Hammett was hosting, and it was Matt Holland and Terry Butcher. And some of the stories Terry Butcher was coming up with were hilarious, bringing such an insight to his career and everything else about him. So I think you need someone at a dinner party who's going to keep the conversation flowing. That's Terry Butcher. The second person I'm inviting is Alan Lee. That reason being, when I've seen him at Bury Town every now and again, he seems a fun guy. He always seems up for a laugh in interviews. He's always very chatty. Or you need the people to keep the conversation flowing again. And also, I think I've heard this right. He can play the guitar, so it gets a little bit, dull in the evenings. He can just whip the guitar out, start playing, serenade anyone, whatever he wants to do. The last one, well, there's 2 really from the current squad, would be James Norwood and Kyle Edwards. The reason being, James Norwood's the bit of the joker in the pack, but he needs like his little pawn to take the mick out of. And after watching Coffee Club, I feel Kyle Edwards will be up for anything. So there'd be your entertainment for the evening. But yeah, I'll be honest, I struggled, but they'd be my dinner guests.
There we go. There's a lot of players you can pick from, and trying to just whittle it down to a few, it is difficult. But no, a good night, that sounds. Over to you then, Bono. I am prepared for this very much so. So take it away.
Is it 3 people, or are we going to invite like 20 like Chris has just done?
To be fair, it was very much open floor, but I think if you can whittle it down to a couple, 3, sorry, couple is 2, Ross.
The more the better.
3 or 4, more the better. But yeah,
that's true.
Go ahead.
I'd invite Maurizio Riccardo Tarico because he is my absolute hero. I'm not sure what the conversation was like. I don't really habla español, and I'm not sure what his English is like. But we'd talk with our hands, and we'd have some lovely organic Malbec and talk about stuff. I really like the Argentine culture and things like that. It's very nice. Argentinian restaurant in Borough Market, Hackney. It's lovely, lovely. Anyway, the second person I'd have is Craig Forrest, just because he's a really interesting, articulate guy. So I was a goalie, and then I had to start playing outfield, and I loved Craig Forrest. He's like the first goalie I really remember in a town shirt, and he's another one of my heroes. The third person I've kind of struggled with because, you know, like as Chris mentioned, you're talking about like people juxtaposing and what kind of the relationship, but it's got to be Alan Brazil, right? I mean, I used to be a massive TalkSport fan back in the day. Other commercial radio stations are available, and that's just his stories. And I met him once at the Ipswich Regent, and he was drinking champagne, and we had a chat. It was when Madame Butterfly was on, no less, and he was a good old boy. Yeah, I think that would be a very good night. But there's just, like you said, Ross, there's just so many people. Honourable mentions too. Bobby Petter, I think he'd be good. He's a
DJ now, Bobby Petter, by the way. He's a DJ in Glasgow.
Much the same as Ben's kind of man crush. But Bobby Petter is like Matt Holland in the respect that they both look younger now than what they did when they were playing. Not sure why. That's open to interpretation. George O'Callaghan, I reckon he'd be
all the Irish boys, pretty much.
Not stereotyping, but I reckon the Irish boys will like a night out. And just some of the like kind of obscure, kind of foreign players, just to kind of get their leaning on what it was like being at Ipswich Town. Like mentioned, Adrian Paz, Velits, Shumlakovsky,
Kevin Brew.
Kevin Brew. I remember they used to see him at the railway station quite a lot in Ipswich. He used pretty much straight after the game. He used to hop straight back on down to Liverpool Street, I think. But yeah, Kevin Brew. Is he playing in Cyprus now?
I think he's back in France now.
Back in France.
He's been here, there, and everywhere since leaving town. But yeah, Kevin Brew, Mauritius international, and all that jazz. But there we go. That's our dinner party. Get involved as well. Let us know who would be in your dinner party. I know this feature has been done before, probably by other people, but I thought it was a nice little segue into the Hall of Fame. So congratulations to all the players who have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Of course, a lot of great legendary players now been inducted into that. So there we go. There are the features on the pod this week. Hope you've enjoyed those. Now let's get into this weekend. It's a big game. Oxford United away at the Kassam Stadium. Now, when we play Oxford, it's always boring because it is boring Oxford. 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, and we did lose 1-0 once against them, of course, under Lambert, 1-0 defeat there. Ben, how are you feeling going to this one? Of course, you've got the bad news. Caden Jackson is going to miss probably the rest of the season. Sam Morsey isn't as bad as first feared, but they're going to be big misses. But what do you reckon then?
Yeah, I'm nervous just thinking about it because it is getting to the point now, isn't it, where it's all or nothing for us. Probably a little bit earlier than we would have wanted to be in terms of a must-win game, which I think realistically it is. You know, if we don't win this one, we need so many results to go in our favour. It's going to look very difficult for us. So will they park the bus like they did when they came to Portman Road? Will it be another 0-0? I'm really not sure. And we've got to be wise to that. We've got to be wise to the time wasting. We've had plenty of sides do it to us now. It is a blow with Jackson being out, but it's not like we're short of forwards. We're just short of forwards showing any kind of form. That's our issue. See how the bodies recover after the Pompey game, but I wouldn't be making too many changes. I would have thought Morsey now with the news today, he's more than likely to start unless there's some recurrence or he really goes to pot in training tomorrow before the game. So likelihood we'll have the 10 that everyone predicted, and then he'll have one of Bond, Piggott or Norwood. It seems to me with Bond coming off the bench, he's going to be first in line. So he'll have, whether they'll change it in terms of a Luco coming in, I don't know. It's difficult. I do like Sonny, but McKenna's there. We pay him a lot of money to make these decisions. So Between Aluko, Chaplin, Selena, two of those three, as long as they're on the pitch, I don't mind. I know there's chat of maybe not playing Bon Norwood or Piggott and playing Aluko or Chaplin up top with Selena and the other behind him. So there are options, but Oxford are a bloody good outfit. They seem to score in every game apart from when they play us, so it is a difficult one to call. But as much as they're fourth, there's still pressure on them to I know that against us, a point will seem a decent result, but all the other teams are also, breathing down their necks. So it's not going to be as simple as they can get a draw and just go home happy. We need to go there, show them what we're all about. I still think we might get 3 points. You've got to be positive. I've got to go there thinking positive. What's the bloody point of going? So I'm going to say an Ipswich. I'm going to say an Ipswich win, Ross. I'm going to go 2-1 with a goal right near the end, and we're all going to go bloody berserk.
Okay, then. First win on the board there from Ben. Let's see if Chris and Bono feel the same. Chris, how are you feeling going into this one and your prediction as well?
Firstly, well said, Ben. I agree a lot of that. At the start of these last 3 games, so Portsmouth, Oxford, Plymouth, if someone offered me 7 points, sat the round off. The problem was I thought we'd get 2 home wins and a draw at Oxford. Now, Oxford, their last 6, they've won 5, lost 1, scored 17, conceding 7. But we've got a bloody good defence and goalkeeper. 11 clean sheets. That's such a transformation. I feel we can get a win. I always feel that for it, to be honest, but I think we can sneak this, maybe 1-0, 2-1. But personally, I'd actually like to see Piggott start up front. I still think there's a player there. He's just been so unlucky in front of goal. I know people disagree with me. That's what football's all about. But no offense to Macaulay Bond, love him, but he's just not in form. Mind you could say the same about Piggott actually. So I'm constantly my own blooming argument there. But I still think you don't score over 20 goals for a struggling team last year and then become rubbish overnight. He's had a few off the field issues as well himself. But if Morsey plays, he's massive to this team, because as soon as he went off Saturday, there's nothing against Carroll or Backinson. The drive from the field just wasn't there. It was either coming from Burns or Thompson, and Thompson's more of a defensive left wing back, should we say, and Burns was the only one. But strange things have happened. Like Ben said, you've got to go with these confident. I mean, if you're going to go there, take a draw or loss, what's the bloody point? I always want to see Ipswich win, and I'll always, we can play Man City away. Yeah, I want us to win. We can win that. We can sneak a goal. But I will go for a 2-1 Town win.
All right, 2 wins there. Bono, over to you. How are you feeling going into this one? And prediction as always.
Great question. And it's one that I thank you for asking me. Incredibly nervous. I sadly I couldn't get a ticket, and I've predisposed myself with some activities, and I'm going to be out of the radio reception for the local radio station. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to refresh Twitter, or am I just going to turn the TV on at 5 o'clock and just let destiny kind of take its whatever the word is, I can't think. Like the other two, so Ben, it was 2-1. Chris, it was 2-1. It's a clean sweep. We're going to win 2-1. It's, we are at the end of the last 2 games, we were like the walking wounded. So it's really, really hard to predict our starting lineup. Good news on Morsey, bad news on Caden Jackson. So, like Chris said, really, we know we're a tight ship at the back. Like I've mentioned previously, our cutting edge the last kind of month or so has not been. It's certainly not promotion or playoff form, which is what worries me. However, like the Peachmeister said, Joe Piggott, class is permanent, and I think that throw him in the mix and the pig will truffle away, and I'd love to see him score an absolute hatful. And the Oxford manager, I find irritating.
He's a bit piggy, isn't he?
No comment. Obviously, other animals are available. Yeah, he's just like this kind of. He's like like a permanently.
Hippo?
Like I said, Ross has got to do a lot of editing. Yeah, no,
No, nothing bad there. Nothing bad said there. You just
not for
Carl
me.
Robinson's a hippo, isn't it? A hippo?
I thought you said hippie. Sorry,
No,
sorry.
a hippo.
A hippo. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. Would you say that to his face?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
sorry.
he gonna do if he lapped me out or something? He'd get in awful trouble, wouldn't he? So
He would. I can confirm he'd be in awful trouble. And when I say tusk, I mean like, or not. When I say face, I mean like tusk, or like. What do hippos have? Oh God, this has gone off at a horrible tangent. Even more horrible than the trouble Carl Robinson would get in for lamping Benny D. For hey, you call me a fucking hippo.
what?
He is from Liverpool, isn't he?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
he used to in Liverpool. I don't think he'd punch me if I called him a hippo.
He would just walk off, I think.
He'd just walk off, yeah, realistically, he'd just walk off. Or maybe he has got like a real issue about the fact he's obviously got he just looks like he's eating a lot of burgers, doesn't he? There's nothing wrong with that. He enjoys his food. He's not Steve Evans.
No, he's back in football management, of course. He's not Stevenage somehow. Another club have pointed.
Good luck. Good luck, Steve Evans at St Evanage, as we call it.
Just Eat shares around the Stevenage area have just gone through the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben's enjoyed a typically merry St Patrick's Day in Cambridgeshire there. 20 pints of Guinness and he's calling everyone fat. It's great.
I'm sure Carl Robertson's been called worse on the terraces by home fans and probably away fans. So, but no, I think that's where we should end it there.
It's going to be a tough game, and we are in kind of the dying embers of the 11th hour type territory now, aren't we? Where it's either win or bust, and you know, as every game goes on, the chances gets thinner and thinner and thinner, unlike respective managers' waistlines. And who knows? Who knows? It's a shame I won't be there, but there's going to be plenty of other people. At the Kassam. It's only got 3. I didn't know it's not a proper stadium.
It's a car park behind the goal.
So when Turbo Sailor said to me, I'll be in the 4th stand, and I was like, oh, 4th stand? It doesn't have a 4th stand. Why are they allowed to compete in the Football League? This is terrible.
Yeah. I think they've got planning permission, though, to actually build a new stadium. I think there's many years away, but I think they are looking to. Move.
That's so gonna be a Luton Town Cola Dome type scenario, isn't it? I'm showing my age there by mentioning that the Cola Dome, Luton Town. But Ross, you'll have to Google it, mate, because you're only you're much younger than I am. But,
yeah. But yeah,
there
we go. A very weird, interesting segue to hippos and other things, and all that jazz. But no, it's been another great pod. And as always, I'll have to go over to all of you. Ben, any other business, my friend?
No, just looking forward to see the teacher versus the hippo on the sidelines on Saturday, and for a Ipswich win. Fingers crossed.
Poor Carl Robertson. He's a right manager. But anyway, Chris, any other business?
No, I don't think so. Just fingers crossed for 3 points and keep the playoff dream alive.
Indeed. And Bono, to wrap up, my friend, any other business?
Little Tommy Carroll to score an absolute worldie.
Ooh. Got to be decent odds that, because I'm sure he doesn't score many goals, and if he does score a goal, I'm sure it's decent odds.
I'm not sure he can kick it that far.
Do not doubt little Tommy Carroll's passing range. The man is an absolute.
No, he's absolutely fantastic passer of the ball, but I can't imagine he's going to smash a thunderbolt from 40 yards.
If he does, and we get good footage of it, I promise to make a really good video.
And Ben's saying he's not going to do it.
Yeah.
He will not score from 40 yards.
Carroll and Piggott.
Okay. Who's scoring for you, Chris? Who's 2 goals? You made it 2-1. Who's scoring for you?
I'm actually going Wolfie and Big Bad Burgess.
Ooh.
We're actually going to score from a. Actually, not. We haven't scored from a corner for ages. Looking at me twice in one game.
Oh.
Stars will align. And it's
That's
gonna
my
happen.
line. My line.
Sorry. Trust the process.
Yes. All that. Ben, who's scoring for you?
I think Selena and Chappers, the two C's.
Two C's.
Thick as thieves, the two C's. Chappers and Selena, 2-1 town. Come on.
Come on. Indeed. It's been another great show. Ben, Chris, Bono, it's been a pleasure. Of course, got to mention our sponsors at Manscaped. Of course, use the code KOA. You get 20% off and free delivery. Of course, follow us on the socials, on Kings of Anglia, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube channel as well. And follow, of course, Ben, Chris, and Bono on their Twitters as well. Hope you've enjoyed all the pods this week. If you haven't listened to the other ones, of course, you've got the main pod, you've got Track the Girls Talk. And if you haven't listened to the main pod on Monday, listen to that as well. Get your Kings of Anglia fix for this week. Enjoy the game if you're going. We'll be back next week for many more pods. Of course, follow the coverage with us on our website and also on game day and other videos that we'll be bringing out. So bye-bye for now. We'll be back next week.